Hello, Nari. Good afternoon. Today I talk about to what I learned in the class today. So today I did my presentation with my group. It was Esteban. No, it was Claudia, Adolfo, Gary, Andres, Karen, and I. So we talk about the simple past. So this this topic is the what we learned today. So the simple past tense is used to talk about actions that start and finish at a specific time in the past. And the key idea is that the action is completed and no longer happening. So for example, I visited my grandmother last weekend and they studied for the test yesterday. In both examples, the actions are completed. So we know exactly when these actions took a place. So last weekend and yesterday is like to clarify the time. This is important because the simple past helps to give a clear time reference to past actions. And also we learn to regular and regular verbs in the simple past tense, which follow a predictable pattern in the past tense. Regular verbs are formed by adding "ad" to the base form of the verb. So is work becomes worked, play becomes played, life becomes lived. There are some spelling rules to keep in mind when adding "ad." If the verb ends in in e, just add "d." For example, love becomes loved. If the verb ends in a consonant and y, change the y to e to a no to e and add ed. For example, study becomes to study. If the verb ends with a consonant plus a single vowel, the last consonant in add ed. For example, um, stop, stopped. These are the rules for most regular verbs, but remember some verbs are irregular. So regular verbs in the simple past, there is a verb that do not follow the standard pattern at the ending "ad." Each regular verb has its own unique past form. For example, go becomes went, have becomes had, eat becomes ate, buy becomes bought, and other irregulars remains the same and don't change, like put, cut, and something like that. Only that we have the same grammar in red, but the sound is different, but the pronunciation is different. Like red, read, red. It's the same grammar, but it's not the same pronunciation. So an example in the sentences is I went to the park yesterday. She ate pizza last night. We bought a new car last month. And also we learn affirmative sentence. The affirmative sentence are simplest form. You just use the subject and the verb in the past form. The structure of simple past affirmative sentence is subject, verb in past plus complement. So like he played soccer yesterday, they visited the museum last week. Now in the negative sentence are formed by I did not, or the contracted form is didn't before the base form of the verb. For example, I didn't like the movie, or we didn't go to the party. The verb in the negative forms, the verb returns to its base form, even though the sentence is in past forms, in past tense. In questions are formed by using did at the beginning of the sentence, followed by the subject, and then the base form of the verb. In the question mark, like, did you watch the game? Did they finish the project? In the both sentences, the verb remains the base form after did, which is a key part of forming questions in the past tense. And other things that we learn is the time expressions with the simple past. Time expressions help us to understand when an action happened. Here are a common expression used with the simple past tense. I did this part in the presentation. So it's yesterday, last week. We can use last week, last month, or last year. In 1999, in 1994, in 2023. And other is 2 days ago, but I think that is days ago. You can say 4 days ago, 5 days ago, 7 days ago, 10 days ago, a long time ago. You can use to in the past. So, for example, he arrived yesterday. He went to the beach last summer. He saw her 2 days ago. Something like that. These time expressions help us to specify when the action took place. And other thing that we learn is negative sentence. Negative sentence is didn't and or did not. But they, like example, they didn't go to the store, and I didn't go to the store. In the sentence, the verb stays in the verb form, even though we are talking about something that happened in past. And I think that it's important to remember that did is the auxiliary verb and it takes past tense. So we don't need to change the main verb to the past form. I think that is the part is important because we need to learn about that, and we use if we need to if we want to get the job on a call center, we need to remember these rules of the simple past tense. So I think that the common mistakes is the using the wrong form of the verb, because it use the base form instead of the past. For example, I ate pizza yesterday because we had yesterday. sometimes we think that it's in past, but it's incorrect because the correct verb of the form in past is I ate pizza yesterday. And did, remember when we use did in a question or a negative sentence, we don't need to change the main verb. Like, did you eat the cake? Because it's in past, sometimes we think that we need to change the verb in the past form, but no, we use did is the auxiliary, and the verb when you use did, the verb change to the base form. So um, the correct sentence would be, did you eat the cake? And something that is always happen, I think, that is forgetting to the AD or to ED of the regular verbs. For example, I walk should be walked, and we need to make sure to add ED for regular verb in the past tense, and we need to make sure to say the right pronunciation. So I think that the simple past tense is a crucial part of talking about the past in English. We use regular verbs by adding ed and irregular verbs by remains the same or change to tell the unique past form. So we form negative and question sentence using did and did not for negative and the base form of the verb. And we use time expressions to indicate when the action happened. That is all the things that we will learn today. So thank you for the time, Natalie, and have a great weekend.